poprzednim odcinku.
Gość widzę oszczędny. W słowach i w uzębieniu. Moi drodzy, kontynuuję naszą przygodę w Red Dead Redemption 1. W klasyku i legendarnym westernie, który mam nadzieję przywitacie kciukiem w górę, jako że chciałbym, żeby odcinki pojawiały się codziennie. Ten i pierwszy nieco krótszy, ale kolejny już długie jak cholera, taki jest plan. Tak, żebyśmy się wymienić 10 albo w 10. Uwinęli z całością tej wyjątkowej przygody. Tak bym bardzo chciał.
On the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, go! I trust you're not gonna be a gentleman about this!
You don't know me at all, Miss McFarland.
Mam nadzieję, że nie.
Let's go. Follow me.
Dawaj, dawaj. Nie wydurnę się.
I bet you're starting to regret your brave words, Miss McFarland. Is that the best you can do?
Przerażamy trochę fakt. Już przypomina mi się od razu wyścig z Mafii 1. To była katorga.
This sure beats milking cows! I'm coming, don't you worry!
Skuba, no nieźle daje.
This is gonna be close!
Let's go.
Yeah!
I think you chose the wrong horse, Miss McFarland. How you doing back there?
Dawaj, dawaj.
Would you like me to slow down?
Nie, goni mnie.
You still think you're gonna win this, don't you?
Where do you think you're going?
Ku zwycięstwu.
Should I wait for you to catch up?
Ja pierdykam. Jakie zakręty zamaszyste.
Let's go.
Ale jak wyprzedzam, kurde bele.
Yeah.
Ona nie zwalnia. Goni mnie uparta, cholera. Nie boją się pożaru? Że tor wyścigowy się pali?
Are you saving the best for last? This is how it's done.
You're gonna wear that horse out!
On jeszcze? No nie! Nie! Pod sam koniec! Na sam koniec! To żart? Co to miało być?
Go.
Każą mi wjechać na to? Nie wierzę, to jest jakiś koszmar. No nie wierzę, no czemu? Co, niby szalał? Ale bieda. Bum. Możemy uznać, że jest okej?
That was fun.
Sure.
You know, you should go pay the marshal a visit in Armadillo sometime. I'm sure he could help you deal with that nice Mr. Williamson.
Yeah, I might just do that, Miss McFarland.
You do whatever you think's best, Mr. Marston.
Dobra. Sława plus 20. Tymczasem do szeryfa, tak? Albo do Bonnie. To kontynuujmy ten wątek.
Ah, Mr. Marston, how are you?
Good, Miss McFarland. How are you?
I'm well. Would you mind riding with me to Armadillo? I've got to get some supplies and I could do with the company.
Of course.
You can take the reins. It wouldn't do for a terrifying bounty hunter such as yourself to be seen driven around by a woman.
Take the driver's seat, come on!
Okej. No to hopsa. Czemu mój koń już jedzie? Pieski z drogi.
You never did tell me where you live.
I have a small holding up in Great Plains.
A farmer? Yeah, and I'm the Queen of England. And at what point during your day of hunting down outlaws do you find time to raise chickens?
Only been at it 3 years or so. I guess I'm kind of new to it.
You're telling me? So who's looking after this farm of yours right now?
Uncle. Well, he's not my uncle, as far as I know. Just an old dog who's as lazy as a lizard on a hot day. The kind of fella laboring under the delusion that age brings wisdom.
Sounds like the perfect person to leave in charge of your entire livelihood.
We go way back, and I didn't have a lot of choice.
I'd be getting back there if I was you.
That's what I'm trying to do, miss.
Typie, z drogi, bo cię rozjadę.
How well do you know New Austin?
I don't. We talked about coming down here many times, but never made it.
Who's we?
Me and the folks I used to work with. Yeah, New Austin. The last real outlaw country. Where the old ways still hold true. You do a man wrong, he'll shoot you for it. You do a man right, well, he still may shoot you for it. But at least you have an idea of what's right and what's wrong there.
Dear, oh dear, Mr. Marston. What dreadful novel did you get that romanticized drivel out of? Those days are long gone, if they were ever here at all. According to Paul, those days were just people shooting each other because they lost at cards. We'll be lucky if our ranch survives another 5 years. Businessmen are the new cowboys.
No ciekawe. Już jesteśmy prawie. A te podróże są takie relaksujące.
You look like a man who's been through the mill.
Thank you.
I mean, you've lived some life. I'm 27 years old and I have rarely left Hennigan's stead. Although many years ago we did briefly employ a French governess. Well, I think she was French. She said she was French, but she spoke Russian. That was when Paul thought I would become a lady.
A change of pasture doesn't always make for a fatter calf.
I know, and I wouldn't change my life for all the money in the world. I'm just saying... So this is Armadillo. Manhattan it is not, but it does okay for us. Most important thing for you right now is getting yourself into Dr. Johnson's office to purchase some medicine. The first one's on me.
Thank you, miss. I'll pay you back.
I'm sure you shall. The doc's a good fellow. He saved your life, so be polite to him. Meet me in front of the general store when you're done.
Ciekawe. Jej, z radości do gabinetu lekarza i wskakujemy.
Not feeling ill, I hope.
Howdy.
I'm selling some good tonics if you need them.
Nice.
That's a tough
Thanks a
decision.
lot.
Be well. Come by anytime.
Okej. Mamy to. Mam użyć lekarstwa? Nie sądzę. Masz już pełne zdrowie.
Well, thanks for driving me. It was nice to be able to enjoy the view for once, and a little company never hurts now and again.
You're more than welcome, miss. Least I can do. Thank you for the medicine.
Why don't you have a look around Armadillo? You can always take a stagecoach back to the ranch later.
I might just do that. Travel safely, miss.
Try not to get yourself shot. I won't be around to save you this time.
Okej, jeśli chcesz pójść Armadillo, możesz skorzystać z diligence'ów. Okej, tylko rzecz w tym, że nie wiem, czy mam tu jakieś zadanka. Sklep z bronią. Okej. A to? Dobra. Czyli to jest diligence, tak? A M to jest szeryf? Kupisz nieruchomość. O kurde, ale jaja. Tu mamy szeryfa. Dobra, ja bym chciał kończyć wątek tamten. Jak zaczęliśmy, to kontynuujmy, więc idziemy do diliżansu, żeby podjechać do pani Bonnie. Panie de l'agence.
You're going to make me late.
Bonjour.
Come on in. Forgive me.
Nie o to chodziło. O kurde, o to też nie chodziło. Chciałem jako pasażer. O, w dupę jeża. Dobra, wybyliśmy, jesteśmy.
Mr. Marston, I've been hearing about your plans.
Have you, Miss McFarland?
Yes, from Lee Johnson. To settle here and build a life for yourself.
I'm afraid those aren't my plans. See, I already have a life. Well, I had one, and I'm trying to reclaim it. Or maybe what you could say is that I had two, and I'm trying to end one of them so the other can survive.
You do so love to talk in riddles, Mr. Marston. Do you do that, I wonder, as a substitute for having anything interesting to say?
Probably, Miss McFarland.
Oh, call me Bonnie, you fool. Call me Bonnie.
Miss McFarland, I'm married. I have a son. I had a daughter, but she died. Years before that, I rode in a gang. We robbed banks, trains, held people ransom. We killed people we didn't like. Bill Williamson was in that gang. Now, if I don't capture my former brother in arms, great harm will befall my family. Now, I don't suppose any of this is very interesting to you, but I hope it explains why I wasn't so eager to talk about it.
No, I do understand. I had no idea. You poor man.
Even in this new country, memories don't really fade. My father was an illiterate Scot born on the boat into New York. He never saw his homeland, but to hear him talk about it, you'd imagine he only ever ate haggis and wore a kilt. And he hated the English for what they had done to his great-grandparents that he'd never met. People don't forget. Nothing gets forgiven.
That's true, especially when it comes to money. And you know, even now, after all his labors, my father's debts are still terrible. I worry every day about us losing the ranch. It would kill him.
My father died when I was 8 years old. His eyes were, well, let's just say he was blinded in a bar fight south of Chicago. My mother died during childbirth. She was a prostitute and he was her, well, I don't know what he was. So I was sent off to an orphanage and ran away and fell in with a gang.
My word. What a difficult life you've lived.
The leader of the gang taught me how to read, taught me how to see all that was good in the world. He was a great man in a way.
But you killed people.
Sure. And I've suffered for it. And that's the life I left, or tried to leave. Said too much, Bonnie. I'm an uneducated killer, sent here to do all I can do well. Kill a man in cold blood so that another man may do his part to cut crime in an area, and a rich man can be elected governor on the back of these promises.
Civilization is a truly beautiful thing, Mr. Marston. Listen, can you help me?
Well, I can try. What do you need, money?
No, nothing so complicated. I need an extra hand to take out the herd to pasture.
Sure. Point me in the right direction.
Dosiądź swojego konia, okej. Będziemy zaganiać bydło? Prawdziwy cowboy.
Alright, let's head over to the cow pen. It's about time a budding farmer such as yourself learned how to herd cattle.
Go!
Giddy up! Thank you for telling me all that back there. It must have been hard for you.
Hope you understand now why I've been playing my cards somewhat close to my chest.
I didn't know you had a wife and child. Then again, I don't think I ever asked. They're lucky to have a man like you.
I ain't so sure about that, but thank you.
How are you, Miss McFarland?
Kuń się do mnie przywiązuje.
Whoa there!
That's it. Come on. He's got it.
Mr. Marston. Come on.
Drive them down the road, Mr. Marston!
Whoa there. Come on.
To trudne.
Bien hecho.
Te.
Hey. Yeah.
No stójże, kurde, no. Postrzelę. Ostrzegam. O kurde, naprawdę. No słuchaj się, kurde bele. Tamta w ogóle nie pomaga, odjechała i w dupie ma. No krówki, no a wszystko to święte.
Slow down. Let's go. Come on.
Już.
Keep going, Mr. Marston. Nearly there.
Come on. Slow it up now.
Ten gość ma głos, jak on ma głos jak kto? Rany, już wam mówię. Kto ma taki głos?
Let's go. Move it.
Squeeze back and forth behind them. Keep it nice and tight.
Move.
No nie wierzę.
Let's go.
Nie w tę stronę! Ten gość brzmiał jak kto? Kurde bele, już wam mówię. Nie jak Apsik z Robin Hooda, tylko... Jak Chris Rock. Jak Chris Rock, nie Dave Chappelle, tylko Chris Rock. Totalnie. Totalnie. No nie, gdzie? Gdzie krowy, gdzie?
Keep it moving.
Ja pierdzielę.
Get a move.
Tamci dobrze, że pomagają.
Move. Let's go.
Doing great, Mr. Marston. Stay with him. Keep that herd together.
Dobra. Trochę ogarnąłem.
You're not bad with the herd. Ranching might be your true calling, Mr. Marston. Either that, or you were a cow in a past life.
Thank you, Miss McFarland.
I'll see you later. I have work to do back at the ranch.
Okej. Dostałem 5 dolców. Hurra! Dobra.
Come on.
Zwiększenie siły ognia. Za 5 dolców. No nie wiem. Robimy kolejne zadanko. Po kolei skupiamy się na jednej postaci, robimy i jedziemy z kolejnymi. W ten sposób najwygodniej się przechodzi gry Rockstara.
Well, hello, Mr. Marston. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Did you meet my father? John Marston, this is my father, Drew McFarland.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Marston. Please, So, my daughter informs me that you're here on some secret mission to remove some undesirables from the county.
Something like that. I'm grateful for the hospitality, sir.
Well, you know, we've lived here for 30 years now. Came here from the east. The land had never been settled. For 10 years, we fought the Indians. Tough men. Then we had outlaws, and we had drought, and we had smallpox, and terrible winters, cholera. I buried more of my children than I raised.
Sorry to hear that, sir.
I've seen strong men wither and die under that unforgiving sun. That whole herds of cattle just take sick and die. But I've never once doubted my life here.
No, sir.
When I hear about this so-called federal government sending out agents to covertly murder and control people, then I start to worry. I mean, yeah, all right, Williamson is a menace, and men like him are the plague. But isn't a government agent a worse menace? And all that symbolizes, I mean.
You may be right, sir.
Well, you're a brave man. You're always gonna be welcome here. But you tell your friends out east that we don't want to live like that out here. Sneaking around and spying and secret missions. Right? It's preposterous.
Trust me, sir. I agree with you.
Good. Good. Well, we won't insult you any further. Come on, Bonnie, we got things to do.
Mr. Marston, do you want to join us? It's Daddy's favorite pastime. Apart from political discourse, that is.
What is?
Breaking in horses. Come on. I hear you're a pretty decent rider. For a city dweller, that is.
You're gonna need this, Mr. Marston. Right, now you got some rope on your belt, let's see if we can't wrangle some horses.
Dał się swojego konia, da radę. Zdaję sobie sprawę, jak ważny był epilog w Red Dead Redemption 2. Że o dziwo był sam minigrą w swoim zakresie, ale niezwykły był. Naprawdę niezwykły.
You sure have some interesting theories on what the government's doing, sir.
They ain't theories, Mr. Marston. I saw the telegram Marshall got from Blackwater. It ain't exactly a state secret that sent you.
Well, is he wrong? I saw those men from the train.
The government can go to hell if you ask me. Those sons of bitches would steal a coin off a dead man's eye.
Mr. Marston!
He's right. Now, I don't know much about politics,
Please, Paul, can we just enjoy the
but
ride?
I know we're only as free as they say we are. Power's like a drink. The more you have, the more you want. And there's few men who can handle it.
There's certain things in this country a woman could do much better, if you ask me.
I ain't gonna argue with that, Miss McFarland.
Ciekawe jest to, że ten epilog, o którym wspominałem, on ma tyle pięknych scen. Naprawdę. Nie wiem, czy widzieliście, ale jeżeli nie oglądaliście jakimś cudem Red Deada 2, to śmiało.
There's the horses! Get that lasso ready!
Come on, let's rope one.
Whoa there!
You gonna use that rope or not?
Come! I got you now.
Hold him there now.
Easy now! Steady on that grip!
Easy there.
Don't let it buck you, Mr. Marston. Lean in.
You're doing fine!
Come on,
You're
in,
mine
now.
now. Oh, this ain't good.
That's it! Don't give up!
Go.
Whoa there.
Show me what you got, boy.
Try not to spook him too much!
Let's see it, boy.
Relax now. Nearly there.
Take it slow now.
Hold on.
Son,
Calm down now.
keep at it, Mr.
Ja
Marston!
pierdzielę.
There. That wasn't so bad.
Nicely done, boy. Let me take you from here. You get back on your own horse. Woo. I think that's enough activity for an old-timer like me. I'll take this one back to the ranch. See you later.
Come on then. Let's see if you can get another one.
Znowu?
What are you waiting for?
Come on. Come on. I don't want you to get hurt.
I'm coming. Don't lose him. That's it. Lead with him.
Relax now. Almost got you. God damn it.
Spokojnie, koniku.
Steady.
Spokojnie, kurde, bele.
Calm it down.
Mamy to.
You got him eating out of your hand. Nice work. I think that'll do it for today. Let's get back to the ranch.
Okej.
Whoa there.
I like your father.
I'm glad. He's quite a character.
You have a good life here. The life I want. For me and my family, I mean.
We don't have a lot anymore.
You have enough. It's one that gets so many folks in trouble.
It'll sap your spirit and make you poor. But it's straight. And it's decent.
There's no better night's sleep than after an honest day's work.
It's no wonder you look so tired then.
Some deck must be shy of Joker, Miss McFarland.
Who'd have thought you'd be such a natural at busting broncos?
That was fun.
I think you could be a fine rancher one day. If you can bear to stop killing people for a living.
Sure.
Kia!
Duże to rancho, nie? Jak tak się zastanowić.
Come on.
Jak tak się zastanowić, to miał kawał ziemi.
Well done, Mr. Marston. These are fine horses.
Hey, Bonnie. Amos was saying some horses been spotted somewhere outside of Armadillo.
Let's go, Mr. Marston. We can really do with those horses. No rest for the wicked. Let's see if we can track down that other herd of horses.
Come on.
Okej. Dzisiaj polowanie na koniki.
You never did tell me why you were never married. Aside from the snobbery, that is.
You sure ask a lot.
I'm just surprised, that's all. You must have been quite a catch.
The fact that you're talking in the past says it all.
No, that's not what I mean. You must have had some suitors, that's all I'm saying.
Some, I suppose. Here and there. A ranch in the middle of Hennigan's Stead ain't really the place to find a husband. Amos, he's a little, well, you know, countrified.
Where'd you get your airs and graces, Miss McFarland?
From a couple of cheap governesses Pa hired to save us from being savages. I'd like to talk about more than just cattle and chickens sometimes, that's all. And after my brother left, it was up to me to become the man of the ranch. He'd never admit it, but my pa's a lot frailer than he looks.
You're worth two of any man I know, miss.
I'll try to take that as a compliment.
Ale tereny ogromne, prawda?
In many ways, my wife is kind of like you, Miss McFarland.
Is that so?
She's always been a woman in a man's world.
You don't talk about her very much. Looks like the ranch hand's up ahead.
Let's go.
A ci co tak wjechali nagle?
Let's drive them up the canyon, where it narrows. We'll trap them there.
Let's go.
Ale koktasów? Kaktusów w sensie, wiecie, taki żarcik. O, rany.
Stay with the horses. I'll give you a signal when we're ready for them.
I'll see you there, miss.
Nie rozdzielać się.
Come on.
Nie, 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 nie. Nie skradaj się też. Na koń. Drodzy panowie, na koń.
Let's move here, my four-legged friends. Yeah.
W stronę kanionu. Kompania, w stronę kanionu.
Move it up. Come on, come on, come on. Whoa there. No stopping. Let's go. Move.
W lewo, bez kierunkowskazu.
Looks like we got the lot of them. What magnificent animals they are. Hey, the stallion's getting away! Chase him down and bring him back!
Serio?
Yeah.
No dawaj.
Yeah.
Kolej, zaczekaj. Dogadamy się. Serowy przyjacielu.
Let's go.
No kurde bele, widzisz co narobiłeś? Dawaj, 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 trzymaj go.
Oh shit! Nearly there. Easy. Come on. Come on. Nearly got you. Relax now. Almost got
No
you.
już wyluzuj.
There you go. Come on.
Już mulejce założyłem, ale jestem zdolny. Aż panią cofnęło z wrażenia.
Thanks for your help today, Mr. Marston. We got some fine horses. You know, why don't you keep that stallion as your own, as a thank you from all of us?
Thank you, ma'am. He's a fine animal.
Okej.
Come on.
Zapędzone konie. A na mapę jak spojrzeć? Jak spojrzeć na mapę? Nie mam pojęcia. Ojku. Polowanie i cenne strzelanie. Dobra, nikogo nie widać. A to było super, kiedy w Red Dead Redemption 2, wiecie, na przykład udajemy się na podróż, a po drodze trafiamy na, nie wiem, na cokolwiek, na kult, na cholernych kukluksów, którzy odbywają jakiś dziwny rytuał, przerywamy go i wszystkich rozwalamy. To były takie rzeczy, które są pierdołami, ale jednocześnie... O, konik, co ty? Ale jednocześnie ta właśnie losowość świata i to, jak dużo może się zdarzyć po drodze, były piękne. I za to mi się Red Dead Redemption potwornie podobało i myślę, że śmiało byłoby w pierwszej dziesiątce najlepszych pierwszych czasów, moim zdaniem. Dzień doberek. Nadchodzi burza.
Come on, let's go! Get him in there! Come on!
Amos!
Hey, miss, I got most of the horses secure and the chickens.
Well, thank you, Amos, but it's the herd I'm worried about.
I know, they're scattered all over the valley and beyond. The weather is coming in real fast.
So what do you suggest, Amos? We leave the herd out there to be scattered by the storm and ourselves left here to die without a livelihood?
Can I help?
No, miss. If the men get caught out in that storm, they're gonna die.
And if we lose our herd, we'll all die, you stupid man.
Doesn't sound like we're left with much of a choice then. Come on, Amos. Round up your men. Let's get the herd.
Dang.
Dobra. Kolejne wesołe zadanie przed nami. Będzie ciekawie. Zaraz za Amosem, tak? W porządku. Ale jak pada? Pięknie pada. W każdym razie, moi drodzy, kolejny odcinek za nami. Ja mam nadzieję, że czekacie na kolejny, który będzie jeszcze dłuższy, bo chciałbym teraz, żeby te kolejne były właśnie długaśne. Mam więc nadzieję, że pożegnacie ten kciukiem w górę i napiszecie, co sądzicie poniżej. O subskrypcji i dzwoneczku też pamiętajcie, dzięki czemu żaden film was nie ominie ode mnie w tym odcinku. To tyle. Mam nadzieję, że się wam podobało. Pamiętajcie, że moje odcinki powstają dzięki wsparciu patronu z Patronite'a. Link do niego macie na ekranie i poniżej. Moją stronkę, na której są top listy, mojego Instagrama, Facebooka i wszystkie inne fajne miejsca znajdziecie oczywiście w opisie. No i raz jeszcze pamiętajcie o kciuku w górę, bo to nic nie kosztuje, a bardzo, bardzo wspiera kanał. Dzięki za uwagę, moi drodzy, i do miłego usłyszenia.